The King and the Flute, a Nigerian Tale, by Dr. Tamara Pizzoli, illustrated by Maya Ndiaye. In the West African city of Lagos, quite some time ago, in a country that was once home to many great kingdoms and is today known as Nigeria, there lived a young king by the name of Ademuyiwa. He was known as King Ade for short. The king had a palace full of servants to attend to his every desire and whim. And he had a daily routine to which he preferred to adhere. He awoke of his own volition, and if no urgent matters awaited, he enjoyed a breakfast of tea and bread, accompanied by a verbal debriefing of the state of the kingdom. Immediately following his first meal, King Ade would call for his morning entertainment, Kola, the flute player. Now, Kola was a master flautist. The notes that passed from his breath through the instrument and into thin air were indescribably beautiful and felt effortless. The sound naturally pleased and soothed King Ade very much. In fact, the king had become reliant on Kola and the flute, as hearing the gorgeous melody made by both relaxed and calmed him like nothing else. And so, it wasn't just in the mornings that King Ade called Kola to serenade him with the flute. It was all throughout the day, and oftentimes very late into the night. More than once, Kola had been awakened at the darkest hour, summoned to play a lullaby to aid the restless king back to sleep. Make no mistake, Kola enjoyed his job and was happy to have it. Had he been asked, though, he would have gladly told anyone that a day off once in a while would have been very much appreciated. Kola also knew the value of his work. He knew he was the best flautist in all of Lagos, and he believed that sometimes you just have to take matters into your own hands. It was on a Tuesday morning that King Ade summoned Kola to play his favorite song right after breakfast. And Kola, simply put, just didn't feel like it. "Sarah," he whispered to his wife as he pulled their Egyptian bed sheets up to his eyelashes. "Go, tell the king I am not well. Tell him I cannot play today, and I probably won't be well enough to play tomorrow either." Sarah arched one eyebrow higher than the other, rolled both eyes, and went to deliver the message to the king. Well, as you can imagine, King Ade was far from pleased with the news. Having received some troubling news about a neighboring kingdom during his morning briefing just minutes before, he needed to hear the serenity of the flute to remain calm, focus, and strategize in case danger approached his own territory. "Find me a flute player," he commanded his servants with a curt tone and sense of urgency he didn't often use. His servants moved as they were instructed, and though they searched high and low throughout what is now known as Lagos and the surrounding areas, they seemed to find everything but a skilled flautist. That evening, weary and downtrodden, the servants presented their best discoveries to King Ade after dinner was served. There was a kora player, a drummer, exotic sweet delicacies, fresh dates and figs, but no flute player. King Ade sighed deeply and left his meal half finished, retiring to his room in complete frustration. And Kola, having spent the entire day in bed, turned from his left side to his right and delighted in what he believed to be the sweetness of doing absolutely nothing. And then, morning came. King Ade awoke to find a great commotion in the grand sitting room. The entire space was abuzz at the moment no one, absolutely no one, had been expecting. It appeared that just before dawn, a maidservant had found a small boy child sitting on the king's throne of all places, bearing a flute. Now how and from whence the boy child named Fumi came is a mystery heavily debated by many in Nigeria to this very day. What is known is that King Ademuyiwa did not take the sight of seeing another individual on his throne lightly. "Who is this kid?" he demanded. "And what on earth would possess you to allow him to defile my throne by placing his bottom where only mine rests?" King Ade, his most trusted advisor, began. "He says his name is Fumi. Please, just listen." And before King Ade could object to the child's size or position any further, Fumi began to play. It was a melody so sweet and pure. It was a message and a story and a song. It was the answer to King Ade's inner plea for help in solving his potential problem the day before. The notes traveled from young Fumi's breath, through the flute, down the hallway, slightly around the corner, and into Kola's ears. His two eyes shot open in a panic. There, inside his humble room in the palace, Kola's heart began to race. Sweat beads formed on his upper brow and top lip. Could that be? He wondered to himself. Who in all of Nigeria could now be playing for King Ade? Was he not the best? Was he not the only? He crept from his cozy bed, leaned slightly out into the hallway, and saw the truth with his own two eyes. "Sarah!" he snapped. "Run, quickly, go! Go, tell the king I am better now. Quick, go!" Sarah arched one eyebrow higher than the other and rolled both eyes. She rushed to deliver her husband's message to the king. "Oba, Oba," she began in the Benin language. "King, please, my husband is better now. He would like to play you your favorite song." But King Ade was so entranced by the sweet sounds of Fumi's flute that he paid her no attention. She tried again, this time a bit louder. "Oba, I said my husband is ready to play your favorite song." Again, she was not heard by the king. She tried a third time. This go around, understanding the weight of the emergency, she pleaded. "Oba, please, your favorite song is waiting to be played." The king, without batting an eyelash or moving one muscle, stated the following in the calmest of voices. "Sarah, Ose, thank you. But tell your husband, my ears, my heart, and my mind have all changed." And so it was that King Ade and King Fumi reigned together and were overly prepared for all adventures and dangers and circumstances that could come. And they certainly did. Copyright 2020 by Dr. Tamara Pizzoli.